Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hi, I'm Tanya Healy, and I'm honored to be joined by Reiki Master Renee Clark. Christine has been a master for 12 years. She also teaches Reiki and leads meditations. She is currently developing an online community called ReikiCafe. Christine, thanks for being here.
Oh, I'm so happy to join you.
So tell me, what exactly is Reiki?
Reiki is a form of energy healing. It comes from Japan back in the 1930s. It was, in a way, rediscovered because it does have ancient roots. And so what Reiki is utilizing universal life force energy and bringing it into your body, and then it overflows in abundance out your hands. And so then you can heal others with it.
That's beautiful. I can kind of see that happening. So who is a typical person that would do Reiki?
Anyone can do Reiki, either practicing for self-care or coming in as a client. A lot of times I have clients that come in who they've tried a lot of different things. They've been through the medical, allopathic healthcare system, and they're not getting results. And so then they see me. I usually am on their, okay, I've tried all the typical stuff. What can Reiki do for me now? So I'll, for example, for 3 years, I worked on a brain tumor cancer patient, and she was on hospice off and on over those 3 years. I mean, she wasn't supposed to live those 3 years, but Reiki allowed her to have much more brain function and emotional capacity during this long illness. And so often on hospice she went until finally her body was ready to pass. But she was one of those people who had gone through the typical healthcare system, and she didn't want to do it anymore. She didn't want to go take that route. So she turned to Reiki. I've had other people with extreme ailments come to me and reach full recovery and full health. And I've seen amazing results. It's just been absolutely phenomenal. But even those who are completely just stressed out and overwhelmed with life can come in and just get rebalanced, refocused, rejuvenated.
So, Christine, you obviously have a beautiful talent. What led you to the practice of?
Well, I grew up with Reiki. My father was a Reiki practitioner when I was a child. And so when I was reintroduced to it as an adult, it just felt natural and normal. So I was trained at a birth center. I was doing some midwifery care training, and my co-student was a Reiki master. And so she first trained me, and we did a lot of our first clients were in the birth world. So that was really amazing and exciting, and working with pregnant women.
So, when did you decide to turn this talent into an actual business? It's quite an interesting concept.
Well, about 4 or 5 years ago, I finally felt ready to train others. Usually, you have quite a bit of time between your levels. There's a level 1, level 2, and a master's. And I had gotten my master's in 2004. And so at about 2010, I was very interested in teaching others this amazing gift. I was in a good place in my life where I had just left a bad marriage, and Reiki was my healing capacity on an emotional and spiritual level. And so I really wanted to share that with others. And so I started teaching in the Bozeman, Montana area, and just had really small classes, 1, 2, 3 people per class. I would teach a couple times a year. And about, I would say, 6 months ago, I decided, I quit my job and decided to fully embrace what Reiki could manifest for me for the full level of healing and sharing that with others. So I've taken it to another level and I'm so excited. I just love doing Reiki as my true work, my true passion.
And so you and I spoke recently about branding, and so you're branding yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about how you're doing that?
Sure. So this kind of started because there's another energy worker in town named Renee Clark, and people would get us confused, and so I decided to go ahead and brand myself as Christine Renee. And the reason why Christine Renee is because of the meaning behind the name, the spiritual content behind the name. So Christine means Christian, and most people know that. Well, Renee means born again or rebirthed or reborn. And so I remember years ago thinking, oh my goodness, I can't believe my parents named me Born Again Christian. And I went into a meditation, and my spirit guides clearly said, oh, no. Your spiritual name is Christ Consciousness Reborn. And I feel like Christine Renee is asking myself to be that manifestation. I might not be perfect, but I can try to have that Christ consciousness energy when I'm doing Reiki, when I'm doing my spiritual work.
Tell us a little bit about this Reiki Cafe you have started.
ReikiCafe is something I started really recently. I feel like there are so many Reiki practitioners that don't have a lot of support for their own practices. I'm on quite a few number of Facebook groups for Reiki, and a lot of it is asking for other people to give you Reiki. And I wanted to offer something different. And this really came up when I had a student come to a class of mine. She was doing a private level 2 Reiki training, and she was a half an hour late. And when she arrived, I said, great, let's go ahead and get started. And she's like, wait, you're not mad at me? I go, no, you're a mom, right? Sometimes stuff just happens. And she looked at me and was like, you're my only spiritual teacher that would not have left or gotten upset by my tardiness. And I just have this level of understanding and sympathy and empathy for other mothers. Like, I get it. And so Reiki Cafe really was kind of this, almost like this mama club. I first wanted it to be kind of like a mama's Reiki group. And then I realized, everyone needs this. Everyone needs this level of mentorship and encouragement and bringing it back to practicing our daily Reiki principles. So I started this Reiki Cafe, and it's starting to grow. I'm really getting excited. We're going to do a 30-day Reiki challenge coming up in July. And it's completely free. You sign up for my email and you'll be gifted a audio Reiki meditation. And it's really to help bring back the focus in on self-care and taking care of ourselves through Reiki.
So it's an online community that people can join if they go to your website, which, by the way, is christinerenee.org. If they go to your website, sign up for your email, then they're automatically a part of Reiki Cafe?
They can, or they can contact me on just look up the Facebook groups, and I'm right there in the Facebook groups, Reiki Cafe. So you can find me on Facebook, either directly go to try to find Reiki Cafe, or you can find my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Christine Renee Living. And so I've got a page there, and then I have my group. So either way, you can go to my website and you can contact me that way as well.
And so the Reiki challenge that you mentioned is a part of the cafe, but you're doing that this summer. And what is that? It's a month-long?
It's a month-long. Right? It's 30 days. We'll have daily support in the Reiki Cafe, as well as emails that can go out to offer support. just some encouragement to get people back into their self-care practice. Usually when you become a level 1 Reiki student, you're told, every night, give yourself Reiki. And then slowly we get out of that habit for whatever reason. And it's so healing, it's so helpful, and it brings balance into your life that I'm creating this challenge to say, let's do it again. Let's get back into our self-care practices, and I'll encourage and support you in whatever way I can. And so that's the basis of the first 30-day Reiki challenge.
And the challenge is totally free.
Totally free.
So you sign up, you sit in the evening and you do Reiki, or in the mornings, whatever your preference is, right?
Whenever you can fit it in. And if that's, you've got kids running around, you have small toddlers, and you can sneak into the bathroom, turn on the shower, and give yourself 5 minutes of Reiki. Well, good for you. That was something that you did to give yourself self-care and take a timeout, a mommy timeout.
Okay. All right. Well, I might be getting in on this Reiki challenge as well. It sounds really intriguing.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a blast, and really heal on phenomenal levels as well. Wherever you need the healing to occur, whether that's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, it'll happen. And that's why I like Reiki. You don't have to really judge what's going to occur, what's going to heal first. It's going to heal what's most priority to heal first.
And so are you doing any webinars along with it, or will the group be together at some point through an online source?
Well, what I plan on right now is following up this 30-day Reiki challenge with a meditation challenge. And the meditation challenge will be offering daily meditations, audio meditations, and that will be for a payment to be determined. And that will just continue on. And so I'll also be having Reiki retreats coming up this fall to kind of help this movement, this Reiki challenge. Let's go back to self-care. Let's get back into our training and really embrace all of the gifts that Reiki has to give.
And so you just mentioned meditation. You do something really unique with your meditation classes. Through music?
I use music, and I also use visual imagery. And so I also have a shamanic training background. And so I combined really what meditation is. And most people, when they think of meditation, it's sitting quiet in a room for X amount of time. And what I offer is, I'm going to take you for a journey. I'm going to take you for a ride and let all of your daily worries, your concerns, your ailments in your body, everything falls away once you go on this visual journey with me. And so I will guide you through with music to have a visual representation of your healing. And so it's not boring. It's not difficult. Anyone can do it. It's not, your monkey mind can really turn off and really focus in on where I'm telling you to go next. And so it is pretty unique. And the reason why I say it's kind of combined with shamanic work is shamanic journeying is traveling to different realms. And in a way, that's what I'm asking my students to do during my meditations is I want you to just go with me. And a recent meditation, it was like, let's travel to the sun. Well, that's not something you would normally do in a typical meditation. And so I really think that there are so many different levels of healing that can occur if I can just bring your mind to a new place and see what happens.
Well, I would go somewhere new, close my eyes and go somewhere new, to the tropics maybe.
Yeah, maybe next time. That's a great one.
So you talked about a long-term client that you had who had a terminal illness, but what have been some of your business successes?
Oh, let's see. Gosh, my class sizes are growing. I was teaching just Reiki meditations only for my Reiki students for a while, and those were going really great, but it became very apparent that I needed to open those meditations up to just anyone. And so I'm doing that now. And those are fantastic, phenomenal. And I'm recording all of them so then I can bring them to a larger audience. And a way for the healings that I've seen, terminal cancer go away after 6 weeks. I've seen pneumonia, one distance Reiki session, and she went to get an x-ray the next day and it was gone. I've had a lot of people come to me with emotional traumas, whether that was traumatic abortion or traumatic childbirth or, just a variety of things that really question their self-worth and who they are as a person. And Reiki can just help align those chakras and release those traumas so that they can be fully centered again in their life. And I think that's what really what drives my business. It's like I want people to heal on whatever level that they can. And the business aspect is just, part of it. It's like, but I'm there to help witness and help others heal.
You have come up with a fabulous business idea, and you have a beautiful intention, which is to help others on their journey. And so you do wonderful work. And is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else exciting coming up? You have a fabulous website. We mentioned before is christinerenee.org. But is there anything that we've missed?
Well, that's really my Reiki work. You can look out for some meditations that are coming up in the future. I plan on getting quite a few of my meditations recorded and sold via my website, and incorporating these challenges so that you have community support to okay, we're going to get it done. So we're just going to take it for a ride and see where it goes.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Well, this has been really interesting, and thank you so much for sharing with us. I personally look forward to visiting the Reiki Cafe.
I'd love to see you on.
Christine Renee Clark, she has big dreams and ideas and wants you to be involved. Again, that website is christinerenee.org. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.